Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I thought I would do a little bit of a explanation on my laser hair removal experience. So I have now gone through the full cycle of 6 sessions. I just finished it actually a couple of days ago. So I thought this would be the perfect time to tell you about my experience and how everything went. So I think first off I'll start out with exactly what I got. So the company I did it through was called Results Laser Clinic, and it's kind of just a chain. They have them everywhere, and I mean obviously I just went to the same one place every time, but all of the people there were so great. They took care of me, answered all my questions and everything, so I'm definitely happy that I did it through them. So the areas I got done were underarms, Brazilian and full legs. So I obviously decided to do those 3 places because that is where I have hair that I will never want again. And I also have super sensitive skin, so shaving my legs all the time really irritated my skin and made me so itchy all the time. It was horrible. And I also never really wanted to opt for waxing because I hated the thought of having to let your hair grow out before you can get it waxed again. Like, I am not about that. No. So yes, I got those done and I did the 6 sessions. So the way I paid for it was, it's so much cheaper if you pay for it in one go at the start. So usually they have lots of deals going on and stuff, so just wait for a good deal that you're happy to pay that price. And so yeah, you paid at the start and then I paid it in 2 installments. So on my first session I paid half and on my second session I paid half, and I totally think it's worth the money. It's like the best thing you have ever done, and realistically it's not that expensive, especially if you're going to pay for waxes all the time. Getting for each individual session is probably just like maybe a little bit more expensive than getting all of those places waxed. So but then at the end you have no hair, so I totally think it's worth it. So let's get into actually going for the appointments. So first of all, to prep your skin, you have to make sure that you have shaved 24 hours prior. Otherwise, it did say they can shave for you for an extra fee, but I don't know about you, I would not want someone shaving me. That seems really disgusting and really awkward. But anyways, so yeah, you've got to make sure you shave 24 hours before you're going for your appointment, and you can't have fake tan on, which was a real struggle for me over the past, I don't even know, it took almost 6 months I guess, because you go for your appointment every 4 weeks and I went for 6 appointments, so almost 6 months. I mean, you can obviously still tan in between. I would just make sure I've scrubbed off my tan completely the day or so before I was going for my tan, and then you can just tan the day after. That is definitely not what they recommend, but I never had a problem with that. And also I have heard of a few people going in to their sessions with fake tan, but I don't know, I never did that just because they told you not to, and obviously they're telling you not to for a reason. I think it is because the laser, the actual light in the laser is attracted to the pigments in your hair, and if your skin is darker it won't work as well because obviously there's darker pigments in your skin and also the darker pigments in the hairs, so you want your skin to be as light as it possibly can so it will only target the hairs. So yeah, you've got to do that, make sure you have no fake tan on, and that's basically all you have to do to prep for your appointment. It's not a big inconvenience or anything, it's totally easy. So then going in for the appointment, I think a lot of people get kind of nervous because they think it's going to be super awkward, but for me, I don't know if I just like didn't care, but I did not find it awkward at all. I mean, if you think about it, the girls who are doing it, I mean, I always had girls, I don't know, at the place I went to I never saw a male technician, I only saw females do it. So yeah, I'm not really sure, I'm sure you could choose between that if you wanted. But yeah, it's super not awkward. I mean, they're doing this all day, like every day I guess, so it really is not awkward at all. You're just lying there and they just do what they've got to do, and yeah, it's like really totally fine. And I think another big question I've had from people who I've obviously spoken to about my laser experience is, does it hurt? Now, I guess pain is kind of hard to judge amongst different people because different people feel it differently. But I would not say it's painful at all. For your underarms, literally you don't feel anything. You're just like lying there and you're like, is this really happening? Like, is it really working? I don't know. I never felt anything underneath my arms. For my Brazilian was also totally fine. Sometimes it was a little bit sore right at the top, kind of like where your underwear line would be there-ish, like that kind of area. I don't really know how to describe it. Right at the top of where the hair would start. That was kind of like a little bit, sometimes I was just a little bit like, ooh, okay, that was a little bit weird. But like seriously, it doesn't hurt. And then going down to your legs, all of my legs were fine except for right a bit around the bit right at the bottom of the of where my ankle are. So right around my whole, I don't even know what to call that. Like here. Right here, this area, that was the only part on my whole body which I would say sort of hurt. It kind of just felt like someone was getting like just a really thin, super stretchy rubber band and kind of just like flicking it onto you, and it kind of felt a bit warm. But pain level, like out of 10 would literally probably be like a 4 to 5. Like seriously not that bad. It's just like a tiny bit uncomfortable more so, but seriously it's so worth it because it just takes a couple of minutes and then you're like, they're done with that area, so it's not hurting anymore. So yeah, the pain, I think if you're tossing up between doing laser hair removal, the pain should not be a factor because it does not hurt. It seriously doesn't hurt. And they also ask you if it's a comfortable like level of laser, I guess you would say. So if it is hurting you, you can just ask them to turn it down and they just do it on the machine. I've never had to have mine turned down, I guess, because to me it didn't really hurt. But yeah, if it's hurting you too much, you just get it turned down. So then so when you're in your appointment, you get your laser done and then they give you like a special little gel to help with the recovery of your skin, and you put that on and then you're literally done. Because I did get, I mean, quite a big area done with my full legs, it did take a little bit longer. A lot of people I know have just had underarms and Brazilian, and going in for that appointment only takes about 10 minutes. It's like nothing because it's such a small amount of skin. But because I did get my full legs, my appointments took around 30 to 40 minutes. So really not that long. Like it was totally fine, and like I said, it didn't hurt. So it was, you just lying there for a little bit. So it was like, all cool. And then after your appointments, they say you're not supposed to have like a hot shower. I guess, you know, when you go through things like this and they give you all of these like recommended things to do, you don't necessarily have to follow them, but you kind of should. So yeah, one of the things they said was you shouldn't have a really hot shower after, but I have done that before and I've literally gone for my laser appointment, came home, had a really hot shower, fake tanned, and my skin has been fine. I haven't had any reaction. Sometimes you hear about people getting their skin burnt, but I think that's if you kind of don't go to a very reputable place, because yeah, then they obviously don't know what they're doing. But I never had any problems with any of my skin. It was totally fine. You couldn't even tell that anything had happened like to it. No blistering or burning or anything like that. Was totally fine. And then also another really weird thing that happens is, like in your first and second, maybe third appointment, depending on how much hair you still have left, what happens is, so you shave all of your areas and then the laser is killing the hair follicle, but in between the bottom of the hair follicle and the top of your skin, there is like a teeny little bit of hair. So as the next few days goes on, your hair starts purging. That's what they call it. So it starts coming out of the skin and it's really weird. You can just like pull it out of your skin because it's just, the hair follicle is dead, so it's just the hair that needs to come out of your skin. So your skin does push it out, but it's so weird. Until you experience it, you like won't really get what I mean, but it's such a weird thing to happen. But yeah, that's totally fine and totally normal. That is what's supposed to happen. All of your hair is supposed to like basically fall out. And so yeah, I guess now at the point I am at now, so I've had my 6 treatments and I am fully done with my laser. So my underarms and my Brazilian, I have absolutely no hair left, literally nothing at all. But for my legs, I think because it's such a big area and there are so many kind of different types of hairs, I do have quite a few really thin blonde hairs left. The hair on my leg, I mean the overall hair on my leg was pretty dark, which is why I did get it done. But yeah, I still have some really fine blonde hairs left that do grow, so I probably would only have to shave my legs about once a month, just because those hairs do get a little bit long and it's kind of uncomfortable. You can't see them or anything, but they're just kind of there, and I guess I can feel it as they get a little bit longer. But yeah, basically I have no hair left at all. I'm like hair free. Like, Doesn't that not blow your mind? How can they do that? Anyways, that is everything I guess I have to tell you. I hope I covered all of like the main questions and everything, but if you do want to know anything else, just leave a comment down below and I will definitely get back to you. So thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you learned a little bit from this video, and I definitely 100% recommend getting laser hair removal. Anyways, I will speak to you next time. I love you all.